So what we've seen is the U.S.-Saudi relationship has deteriorated. In fact, I was just reading an article that I have somewhere here, and I can just ad-lib. But basically, the foreign policy advisor said it's the worst he's ever seen for U.S. and Saudi relationship. Some of that has to do with, I guess, Biden and the prince over there don't like each other for whatever reason. Some of it, the macro guys I listen to say that has to do with America being the big bully, and they're trying to get away from the petrodollar and oil transactions, and Saudi Arabia is kind of withdrawing from the stage because they're going towards Russia and China and away from us for that regards. But Benjamin Netanyahu, you have the thing with Russia that tends to be pro-Iranian, right? Yeah. And then you have Saudi Arabia, which you have the Sunni Shiite Middle East thing. In that world, do you see it inflating now that they have the confidence from what Russia was doing? Has it changed since the Russia-Ukraine thing? And where are you guys at with Saudi Arabia?
Well, we named this conflict between the Sunni and Shiite countries the Sushi. Yeah, Sunni Shiite. Yeah. And we need another 2 hours to explain what's the difference. But right. Just in general speaking, the Shiite were a minority, and they were chasing for years. And their rise up again was coming Khomeini in 1979 back to Iran. And the Saudis, first of all, I think the Saudis are a very stable country and have a very important role in the Middle East. MBS took and then this is quite an experienced guy. He was the ambassador, the Saudi ambassador in the state. He was the Minister of Defense of Saudi Arabia, and he's the one that's running the fights against the Houthis in Yemen, that support by the Iranians. So he quite know what he's doing. And I think there was one incident that changed the root of the relation between Saudi Arabia was the killing of the Khashoggi, the Saudi correspondent in the embassy in Turkey. And I think that at the end of the day, both of them, either the United States and Saudi Arabia, need to be realpolitik and try to see what is the best for their interest. And what's happened that during the Obama administration already, the relation between the United States and Saudi Arabia was deteriorated. I think Trump era was much better relations. Mm-hmm. And I think it should be an American foreign interest to have a very good relation with Saudi Arabia, not because of the oil, but because what it's representative and what it's standing for, especially with MBS that have this Saudi 2030 program, which get this country to high horizons. So I think they should figure out how they find their mutual interest and not go far away from each other, because then they pushed towards the Russians and
right.
Maybe the Iranian.
Yeah, towards the Chinese.
Yeah, and the Chinese.
So does Israel have a better relationship with Saudi Arabia than the Iranian and other Syria, Middle East countries? Is that the case?
I think so. Look, we have the Abraham Agreement, mm-hmm. which at the time was the Trump administration, and Kushner lead those. And I think that Saudi Arabia should be and will be the potential next country to join those. We already have permission for the Saudis to fly over Saudi territory, which is a big release and change for the tourism business, because it's shortcut the way to the Emirates, it shortcut the way to the Far East, and this is how you build it step by step.
Yep.